Welcome to the Brothers of Destruction podcast, where we break down all the latest WWE action. From epic rivalries to shocking twists, we've got the full breakdown.
Yes, people, welcome to the Brothers of Destruction podcast with yours truly, Primetime, and my brother Flace, who's about there somewhere, but he's off camera for today for this episode. Happy Bank Holiday Monday, everyone in England. I hope you're enjoying the weather here.
Yeah, listen, apologies. Hello, everyone. I say hello, everyone. Hope everyone's well. Apologies, I've got to be off camera today. I'm just doing a couple bits around the yard, decorating and whatnot, so it's a bit of a mess. So, yeah, got to be off camera, but I'm here ready to talk some wrestling and looking forward to it.
Look forward to it. He's probably just sweating off camera doing this heat.
Listen, I'm loving the weather.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Over here in England, by the way, wherever you are, you might get sun all the time. If you do, good for you. All right, for some, innit? But over here, it's a rare bit of nice weather in England. Let's see how long it stays for. All right, guys. Just for this episode, we're going to look at SmackDown from this past week as well as Saturday night's main event. So we're going to review both shows. SmackDown, briefly run through it. It was a good episode, actually. And we'll go through Saturday night's main event, which, in my opinion, was not high expectations going into it, but I thought it actually really delivered.
Yes, it did. It did.
It delivered.
That's good. What are we going to do? We're going to do SmackDown first.
We'll do SmackDown first. And also remember, guys, to like and subscribe to us on YouTube. Check our YouTube channel. Check us out on Instagram as well. Give us a follow. And also we got some of our old previous episodes on Spotify as well. If you're out and about in the car and you want to give us a listen. Yeah. All right, so we'll go into it. So SmackDown this past Friday, and we'll go into it because SmackDown, we both said it as well, bro, and even O'Shea Jackson Jr. said it as well. Yeah, with SmackDown, it has been struggling in comparison to Raw and struggling to keep up with Raw in terms of quality. But I'll be honest, I'll be a bit positive. The matches on SmackDown this past week were actually good quality, I thought.
Yeah.
It was really good, the matches.
It was. SmackDown was quite decent. And like you said, we've previously touched on it, SmackDown has struggled this year. I think the product Raw has been quite decent. SmackDown is the one that's let it down. But no, SmackDown just gone, good quality matches. For the Danhausen scene, when all this goes into the back, the power and everything. I thought that was quite amusing.
That was amusing. There's certain rumors going about that it could be Corbin, but I think that's something Dave Meltzer said. So
what could be Corbin?
That body.
That body. Okay.
Yeah.
I've not heard that one actually. Yeah, that'll be quite interesting because he's just re-signed, hasn't he?
Baron Corbin, apparently there's rumors he's re-signed, but he's come out and basically said he's got dates still coming up. But maybe it's dates he's already agreed on. So even if he's signed, he's still going to do them dates before we know.
All right, cool.
He's not fully denied that he's re-signed. So we shall see in regards to that.
Okay. SmackDown was decent. Yeah, it was decent.
Yeah.
This past
Lash Legend faced Tiffany Stratton for the women's US title. I actually thought it was a good match. There's a couple of spots in there I quite liked as well.
Yeah, so, that was a good match. Obviously, Tiffany ended up winning.
She won.
A
bit of help from Chelsea Green, who might be turning face.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I don't like this. For me, I think it undermines the character of Chelsea Green, her following around Tiffany around, almost wanting to be her lackey.
It's a bit
I think Chelsea Green, in her own right, is a talented performer, and I think she should be off doing her own thing. But it is what it is, I suppose.
It could play into hands of she's trying to be buddy with her just to take back the title for we know.
That would be a good heelish move.
That
would make sense. If that's the route they're going to go down, then I would appreciate that and I would quite like that. But let's wait and see.
We'll wait and see. And while Chelsea Green was backstage, before she got attacked by Lash Legend and Nia Jax, we saw a debut of sorts from Blake Monroe from NXT.
Yeah, the lovely Blake Monroe. Yeah, she's again. I think she's going to be a superstar, and it was nice just to see her presence on SmackDown. It wasn't much. It was 20 seconds if that. It wasn't much.
It was kind of like it was a bit of a weird sort of way to debut her, just backstage, with a low key way of doing it.
It was very
But
low.
maybe that's what to do.
It was very low key, and maybe it's the start of something. But yeah, it was good to see Blake, to be honest, because I do like Blake Monroe.
I think they might have some big plans for her going forward. So
yeah, they do. Yes, definitely. Yeah, they rate her.
Yeah. So we shall see. We shall see. In terms of quality matches, well, one of the matches, I'm surprised we got this quite soon. Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams. Now, obviously, history behind these two, history behind them in NXT, Trick and Melo gang. And we saw them face each other with both. No one's really heel. Carmelo Hayes definitely faced Trick. I think he's still in that weird transition. I think he is more moving towards face though, so it's a different dynamic. But you know what? It was a really good match. I enjoyed it. I hope they do continue it going forward later in the future as well. And it's like a pay-per-view match rather than just a one-off match on SmackDown.
Yeah, I thought they would have let this one stew a bit longer before we saw it. But in saying that, I think SmackDown needs that sort of match at the moment because it is behind Raw, as we was just saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a wicked match. Those two got good chemistry. As you said, there's history there, and I hope the rivalry now with Ricky Saints looking like, I hope that doesn't pull him away from Trick Williams, because I would like to see how that would have developed and maybe gone into a pay-per-view at some point. But maybe Trick Williams is going to go off and have a feud with someone else. Carmelo's going to have a feud with Ricky Saints. And then maybe later on in the year, that rivalry, Carmelo Hayes, Trick Williams, will sort of reconvene.
It might do. It could be a thing where it's maybe a bit longer until we revisit, but you never know. I think
it could be next
Ricky
year.
Saints and Carmelo. Yeah, maybe next year. I think Ricky Saints and Carmelo Hayes is a good feud. And it could be a good way to establish Ricky Saints on the main roster a bit. Obviously, he's had 3 matches. He's lost 2 of them, but you know what? Competitive matches. He lost to the champion Cody. He lost a competitive match to Carmelo Hayes, and I think that feud's going to go on a bit longer. I'm interested to see where they take it as well. And it could be my prediction early from now. Ricky Saints gets better at the feud, and then he feuds with Trick Williams, the US title.
So I'd rather the other way around. I'd rather Carmelo Hayes gets the better of this feud and goes on to feud with Trick. I was going to ask you, actually, who do you think this feud will benefit more?
I think
it will be Ricky.
I think it might be Ricky Saints, especially because he's new as well to the main roster.
Okay.
I think because he's new to the main roster, I think it benefits him a bit more against someone who's, crowd will get behind as well for a while, Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah.
I think it could benefit maybe both, but maybe more Ricky, I'm leaning towards. So, because I think he does come out of the feud as the winner as well.
Well, if he does, I will worry about Carmelo moving forward, because it will feel like he's been left behind a bit because of the arrival of, Obafemi, Trick Williams, Ricky Saints himself, Jevon Evans. It will feel like he's almost getting left behind, if you get my drift.
I think he's good enough he can keep himself afloat, I think in sometimes rivalries, as much as both of them need to win, it's like you don't want to keep certain superstars away from each other, or not for too long, because you don't want to see any one of them lose the feud, but you want to see them feud, and one of them has to lose. So it's one of those where Ricky Saints loses it, and because he's new as well, it maybe kills his momentum completely. Whereas Carmelo Hayes, I think, can keep himself afloat still.
I hope so, but I'll be honest, I would worry. I do sort of worry for him. It just feels like one or two sort of coming after him and jumped ahead of him, and he's sort of getting left behind. It's starting to have, and I hope not, because I do rate Carmelo Hayes, but it just feels like that.
No, I'm a big fan of him. There's another guy who's trying to establish himself on the main roster, and that is Royce Keys. Just to touch on it briefly, so Royce Keys came out and helped Damian Priest against MFT. It still sounds like there's tension there with Royce Keys and Damian Priest. Priest not trusting him, but it sounds like one of those reluctant partnerships where they're going to go after MFT. I'm quite intrigued to see where they go with this. See if it establishes Royce Keys as well, that main roster.
Yes. Yeah, it's quite an interesting one. Again, Royce Keys and Solo, they go back as well. A bit like Jacob and Royce Keys, they go back. So,
yeah.
Actually, I'll ask you the question. Do you think Royce Keys will end up joining MFTs? Because we know, obviously, Solo's been headhunting him. They got history. Do you think he will at some point end up joining MFTs?
I'm going to say no. No, I don't think he will.
Okay. Any reason why not?
I think they'll want to establish Royce Keys on his own. But I think to get him over his face, like you having him work with Solo and MFTs, like Solo, they're established as heels anyway, and Solo's really good in his role as a heel. You can tell Solo's happy playing the heel role. So, and I think that benefits Royce Keys, you know, it gets him over as a face with the crowd as well. And I don't know if MFT will stay together that long, because I know Tama Tonga and Solo look like they're back on the same page again. But I don't know if that's
how
long for, and don't know if MFTs will stay together that much longer.
Yeah, no, that's a fair answer. But
yeah,
you did say something there about getting Royce Keys over as a face. Who's to say they don't want to try and get him over as a heel? Because I actually think he might make quite a decent heel.
I think he could make a good heel. He was a heel I think when he left AEW, he was a face, but he was a heel there at one point. I was thinking they would have maybe tried to get him as heel from the offset, maybe, but
yeah, I suppose. Yeah,
it could be a thing. I wouldn't rule it out. You could end up joining the MFTs, and maybe even that pushes Tama Tonga out and uses a replacement.
But you know what? I was just asking you just to see what your opinion was. But for me, I wouldn't want to see him join MFTs. I think he needs to try and get over by himself, whether that's as a face or a heel. Yeah. That's up to them. But I do feel he needs to try and get over by himself.
He should do. And to be fair, if he joins MFTs, it's kind of like the whole point of MFTs. It's, you know, it's meant to be originally like all family, like the Tongans and and the Y family in there. So he joins if Tama goes. It's like, well, it's kind of moved away from that point, in it. So, talk about establishing someone as a heel potentially. Looks like Sami Zayn probably turned heel, or he is turning heel. He had a competitive match with Cody on SmackDown. Gunther interferes, Cody picks up the win. But as Gunther's putting Cody asleep, Sami Zayn's not getting involved. He hesitates and decides not to get involved. Same time, I can sympathize maybe with Sami, because Sami did try to help Cody. Cody took advantage, maybe. So is that a way of Sami trying to justify himself, or?
Yeah, that will be his justification. For that helping. I do think Sami's probably more of a heel now, if I'm being real.
Yeah.
I thought they had a good match as well, Sami and Cody. It was good to see the champ competing on SmackDown as well.
Oh, yeah.
It was good to see the champ. Yeah, good match. Interesting finish. And yeah, now all roads lead to Gunther Cody on Saturday night.
Sunday night, I think.
Sorry, it's Sunday, isn't it? Yes.
Sunday, yeah. They seem to do the POE Sunday when it's abroad.
Yeah, Sunday night.
Yeah, so it leads to that. So I'm looking forward to Clash in Italy. It's a very solid card. Like, actually, I was looking at going into it thinking, because I was thinking going into it, like, what matches are they going to do? I didn't think it'd be strong as a card as it's set, you know what I mean? Like, well, you know, we'll touch on one match that was announced that Saturday night's main event, but you got Jade Cargill, Rhea Ripley, Obafemi and Brock Lesnar 2. You've got Tribal Combat, and you've got Cody against Gunther. It's like WWE's kind of making a statement from, maybe making a statement from Mania because of how short the matches were on night one. And, you know, the performers there didn't get that much time to perform and show their best just because of time constraints by looks of it. Don't know if it's an indirect response to that, and they're trying to allow the performance to show the quality. Could be, maybe not. Maybe it's just because it's Mania, and they want to get all the adverts in and all that. But yeah, quality on SmackDown, and we'll get onto the quality for Saturday night's main event because that's the next event before Clash in Italy.
Yeah.
We'll touch on it from Saturday night. Then you know what, going into it, there was no world title matches on the card, so I was thinking this card might be all right, but nothing amazing. But you know what? The match quality was actually good, really good for it, I thought.
Yes, it was really
good. I'm going to touch into it. Ethan Page versus Penta. Wow. Really, really good match. Brilliant.
That was, look, Penta's a star. And I do think, I've touched on this a couple episodes ago, 2 or 3 episodes ago. I can see a world where he loses the IC title in the next few months. They're looking to push him into the main event picture. I mean, he's as over as pretty much anyone at the moment.
From the day he came in.
Yeah. Incredible in-ring performer.
Literally.
Again, good look. He's got a huge base. Being Mexican as well, that's money.
Oh yeah,
that's money in itself.
That's money dish straight away.
I'm not saying he'll go on and win the world title, but could I see him in the main event picture by the end of this year, maybe going into early next year? Yeah, definitely.
He could be a really strong mid-card pushing main eventer.
Yeah, I think he's a superstar. I think they will pull a trigger on him at some point in terms of being a main eventer.
Yeah. Well, he's going to say world champion, but, which is...
No. He might win a world title, he might not. But I definitely see him in the main event picture, at least competing at that level for world titles.
Yeah, I'm interested to see the thing going forward. Yeah, Ethan Page, I thought he might have picked up the title early, but I guess it is quite early, maybe. So just come to the roster,
too early.
Establish him a bit. But
it's too early.
But I'm liking what I've seen so far, though. Yeah, it's not done him any harm losing this match whatsoever because this match was brilliant.
Yeah, he came out of this still looking strong. He came out of this match still looking strong. But I didn't watch the match and think, do you know what? I don't think he's quite ready yet. It could be him that ends up dethroning Penta, but I just think it's maybe a little early at this point.
Yeah,
Penta deserves a longer run. More case of Penta deserving a longer run than Ethan Page not being ready. In my opinion, I think he's a longer run, and maybe it is an Ethan Page that dethrones him in the end.
Yeah, they were teasing like it was going to be a fatal 4-way with them two and Rusev and Javon Evans. So maybe that could still happen. Maybe Ethan Page wins it then. Never know. Again, he might not win the IC title that soon. He might. I don't know if he ever wins it, but he's a strong mid-carder. But...
Yeah, agree.
And his character, I really enjoyed his interview with Michael Cole on Raw. This episode just gone. And how he put himself over as the heel as well. I thought that was well done, how he did it. It's kind of like a very snarky, sort of condescending, sort of patronizing sort of heel.
Yeah, no, it was good. Ethan Page at the moment is very good. He's entertaining. When he's on TV, whether it's for promo, a segment, or he's wrestling, you do want to watch him. So, yeah, I think he's up for Ethan Page.
Yeah. And the crowd was hot for this match as well. They were hot for... Tell you what they were really hot for as well. It was the 6 women tag match to start off. I thought they ate it up, man. That crowd ate it up. Jesus. Like the reactions for when the hot tags were made, the little spots in there, even when it looks like Rhea was going to get kicked into Charlotte, when they shook hands, them two and Alexa Bliss hugging the match.
That was quite a sweet moment still. That was quite a sweet moment until Michael Page had to tear it up. Hit them both, and it got pure heat. From studying, I don't know when to say from studying sort of match point of view, when you're watching how the spots worked and how the crowd reacted to each moment there, I thought it was a brilliant 6-woman tag, to be fair. It was
brilliant how they structured it, and the story told in the match. Yeah,
so no, so I say, it was for me, it was a wicked match. And I thought, and I don't know if you agree, just for me, the star of the match was Meechin.
Meechin, yeah, she took quite a bit of bumps in there as well. Like there was a bit of a scary Poison Rana bump where, the way she landed.
That was a bit, yeah. But she came through that. Look, I thought Meechin was. Listen, they're all good. It was a wicked match, but I just
thought it was better than expected.
Yeah, it was. You spot on.
I was entertained by it more than I thought I'd be, just because I'm looking towards Rio Jade, but this match was actually really entertaining. And again, the story's told in it. Even the reaction when it was going to be Rio and getting in the ring with Jade face to face, and the crowd was on fire for it, wanting to see it.
Yeah. No, listen, I think as you said, this match it ate. But yeah, just for me, Meechin was probably the shining light out of the 6 women.
Yeah.
But listen, they all deserve their credit because it was a wicked match.
Oh yeah, just the way that match played out was brilliant. Going to this wasn't really a match, to be fair. It was more a segment teasing, and sometimes WWE does that, and I kind of thought, 5 matches on the card, I kind of expected one of them to be quite short, at least one of them. But Becky Lynch and Sol Ruka wasn't a match, so Sol Ruka's on top of Becky the whole time, the whole way through. Becky pulls the referee, Jessica Carr, in the way. Sol Ruka takes her out. Of course, a DQ finish like that. I didn't mind it too much because I thought, it was a non-title match, and it builds into the title match for Clash in Italy.
Yeah, it was. I think you've hit the nail on the head. It's more of a segment,
didn't want to give them too much to do that match.
Exposure.
Yeah.
It did its job. It is what it is. They'll fight for the title, obviously. Clash in Italy. Early prediction: who do you think is going to win that? Actually, I think for me, that's in terms of being 50-50s and what I'm unsure on the result. That's probably the most I'm intrigued about that match.
Yeah, well, it was interesting because the way Becky got herself DQ'd in the match, and then it's like she's fearful of Sol Ruka. I don't know. Did they put the title on Sol Ruka that early?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I would have matched the Clash in Italy, and there's a couple matches that I'm really not sure about, but this one in particular, I can see a way Becky comes out winning. I can see a way Sol comes out winning. I'm really unsure.
I say if she hasn't, it's an interesting one because I think Sol Ruka probably does take the title from Becky at some point, but I don't know whether that's Clash in Italy or they do an episode of Raw, maybe main event, like a big episode or like it's a big moment for her. I'm gonna say Sol Ruka.
Okay, wow. We'll do our predictions properly anyway. Later on in the week before Clash in Italy, but I just want an early prediction for that one because I'll be honest, I'm going back and forth on that match, how I see it playing out.
I think when you look at it with Becky, she's been involved in the whole IC title picture for just over a year, and she's not like I know she's not holding the title the whole year, but then she's won the title in the feud with Lyra. She lost it to Maxine Dupree, then won it back a few weeks later, maybe a month or so later. Lost it to AJ Lee, won it back again a month later. So could be a thing where maybe she drops it. So maybe it's not Clash in Italy, but maybe on Raw, and then it starts like a big, like maybe a decent title reign for Sol Ruka. Okay. And then Becky Lynch ends up doing something else.
That's a decent assessment actually. That makes sense. You make some sense now and again.
Now and again, yeah. When the Red Bull kicks in, when the Red Bull kicks in,
you need to drink more of that. Even though it's garbage, you need to drink more of that.
I love my Red Bulls, especially different flavors: coconut and berry, got spiced pear, all that. I think this apple and ginger one. But again, enough of the product placement because I don't think we're going to get a deal with Red Bull or anything.
Not when I'm calling it garbage anyway.
No, yeah, especially that.
There,
Yeah, we can edit that out anyway. So, can edit that out. Women's tag title match we'll touch on briefly before the main event. Brie and Paige beating Lash and Nia again. I was a bit like, how they're going to do it if they do. Well, it was quite a smart finish how they beat them. But
I was going to say that it was a bit underwhelming. But yeah, the
Smart finish.
that assist by Brie was wicked. I'm not gonna lie, I did like that.
Yeah,
that little pin assist.
It was a good finish.
Yeah.
It's a realistic way for them to beat Nia and Lash again. Bear in mind, again.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
when you look at it realistically, they should lose to Nia and Lash, for being real. But yeah, it was a wicked assist by Brie. Yeah, but I do expect Nia and Lash to take the titles from them at some point in the very near future, from being real.
Yeah, I can see. I don't know how long them two will hold the belts for. They might hold it another month, get a couple months in with the tag belts, and then maybe probably use to Lash or Nia or another team that's in there. For another team might come on the scene.
Yeah. When is Nikki due back?
I'm not sure. I don't know how long she's out injured for. If you guys want to look it up and get speculations, how long she's out for, I don't know if she's due back anytime soon. I don't think she is.
Okay.
But maybe they lose around the time she comes back in some storyline. But we shall see. Going on to the men's tag titles now. So Division defending against the Street Profits, and Division retained an exciting match with interference from Bron Breakker and Paul Heyman as well, and the Brass Knucks. So, if you want to call it 5-2. Yeah. The bit, I don't know if you guys would notice that you must have seen it. The spot where Bron's charging, Montez dodges it, and then Angelo Dawkins just sort of tackles him, and he goes flying over the announce table. That was a brilliant spot.
That was brilliant. A few good spots in there.
He went flying.
I thought Street Profits looked really good in this. And you know what? Big up to Dawkins, because Montez Ford takes a lot of the publicity, the positive publicity from Street Profits.
Plaudits.
Yeah, he takes a lot of the plaudits, the positive publicity. He's the one that's looked at as, if they're to break up, he's going to go on and push on to this or do that. And he might be, but big up to Dawkins. Dawkins is good.
Yeah.
Not only is he a powerhouse, but the brother can move. He's quick. He's mobile. He can move like easy, and he's a decent wrestler as well. He's a good wrestler as well, like mat wrestler. So he's got a bit of everything.
Yeah. He was in developmental for quite a long time, quite a few years as well. So you have had that time to develop as well. And then,
you can see that as well. He's got a good wrestling foundation, like I said, as well as being a powerhouse as well. He can move. He's doing certain high flying spots. But big up to both for Street Profits.
That's just how Montez does, but 10 years strong. They've been going for 10 years.
It doesn't even feel like that. I think where's the time gone?
Tell me about it. Like I don't even get how it's been 10 years. They came up on main roster 2019, so only 3 years in NXT. But then they've been together as a team for 7 years on main roster.
It's mad. Our time flies.
I'm just blown.
But
I think the time as champions will come again.
Yeah, it will. I think they'll win. Yeah, I think they'll win the titles, and so they should, because I think at the moment they're on fire. Those two in the ring.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and they've only just come back as well, keeping in mind being out for months, but back in the ring, and they've had a great match with Division.
They'll win it no later than SummerSlam, in my opinion.
Early prediction there.
Not prediction. It's a spoiler.
All right, Mr. Heyman. Mr. Heyman. All right, we'll finish off there, guys. We're going to catch you next episode after reviewing Raw, leading up to Clash in Italy. I hope you have a good day, guys. See you soon.
Take care, everyone. Big up.
Thank you for watching the Brothers of Destruction podcast. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss an episode, and look out for our question of the week.